The night was a picture of serene beauty, with a full moon casting its gentle glow. However, this calmness was short-lived. Suddenly, a surge of black-hooded figures broke the stillness, their hurried movements directed toward an unseen target. Then the perspective shifted skyward, where the narrator saw the MC suspended in the air, a maelstrom of thunderous energy swirling around him. It became clear that the running men were converging on this powerful figure. The MC's voice resonated, cutting through the night, asking if blood and fear were all they truly desired. The response was immediate and brutal. The black-hooded men, blades drawn, surged forward as one. In a swift, decisive act, the MC raised a hand, declaring that he would grant them that. In an instant, their heads vanished in violent bursts of gore, leaving behind a horrifying tableau of crimson staining the ground. A stunned silence gripped the onlookers. Then primal fear took hold, and they scattered, desperate to escape the carnage. The MC scoffed at their futile flight, calling them too weak and foolish. Unleashing his demonic power, a colossal hand erupted from the earth, its shadow falling ominously over the fleeing figures. Before they could outrun its reach, the immense hand crashed down, obliterating them. Amidst the pulverized remains, a weak voice gasped, questioning if it was truly impossible to defeat the heaven demon. The scene was gruesome, the fallen reduced to a macabre mixture of flesh and debris. From this carnage, an unsettling purple energy began to emanate, coalescing around the giant hand. The once pristine night sky was now tainted, a horrifying spectacle of bloody rain descending upon the land. A chilling thought crossed the MC's mind. He wondered if that had been the last of the heavenly demon candidates. An eerie silence descended, a void where life had been violently extinguished. Suddenly, a sharp pain lanced through the MC's abdomen, followed by a violent cough that expelled blood. From within him, a red-eyed, shadowy monster began to materialize. Understanding dawned with chilling clarity. This was the inevitable recoil from wielding the forbidden demonic art. The immense power he had gained by consuming countless souls demanded a terrible price. From the rubble, grotesque figures with malevolent purple eyes began to crawl forth. Almost instantly, a multitude of purple chains snaked out, binding the MC's limbs and neck. He questioned if they were trying to drag him to hell with them, exerting his will to shatter the restraints. Yet, as the chains broke, a swirling black vortex opened before him. In a horrifying realization, he was enveloped by its pull, his form dissolving into purple light. In his final moments, a devastating truth struck him. The demonic art he had so readily employed did not merely consume the souls of others. It irrevocably condemned his own.
In a peaceful, quiet, and calm household near the koi pond, a young-looking boy was sitting. Then a servant named Soso came and told the boy that his meal was ready and to eat it before it got cold. Suddenly, the boy swung his hand in a sword-like motion. It was then revealed that this boy was Byeok Taesan, the second son of the esteemed Golden One merchant. Soso had informed the main character that Byeok Taesan had been behaving this way for several days. Byeok Taesan was under the delusion that he couldn't cut her neck. He lamented his weak physique, considering his body to be worthless, and even believing his face resembled that of a girl. Despite being surrounded by an abundance of food, he found himself unable to eat, remarking to a servant that his body was even more pathetic than he had previously thought. The servant then mentioned that a physician was on their way. However, the main character dismissed this, questioning what an unknown physician could possibly do. In an attempt to offer encouragement, Soso advised the main character to maintain a positive outlook. 10 days prior, he had inexplicably found himself inhabiting this frail body. He was the second son of the most prominent merchant group in Hunan. His current physical state was dire. He was incapable of performing basic self-care tasks such as dressing himself or eating independently. Adding to his troubles, he also possessed a notably beautiful face. The most significant issue, however, was that his meridians were disconnected, placing him in constant danger of sudden death. The main character contemplated using soul power to temporarily bridge these disconnected meridians and gradually strengthen them until they were fully restored. Nevertheless, the immediate challenge was locating a source of soul. He contacted Soso and expressed his desire to visit a courtesan house. In response, Soso suggested that he bring his bodyguard along instead of her.
That evening, as Soso dressed him, they awaited the arrival of the bodyguard expected later. She cautioned him to be careful and to take care of himself. Just then, MC announced that the bodyguard had arrived. They then saw a young man named Cheon Kyungwon, who appeared remarkably sharp and formidable, like a living sword. MC mused on the intense training Cheon Kyungwon must have undergone to achieve such a physique. Upon reaching the courtesan house, The bodyguard hesitated to enter. However, MC encouraged him to come inside. They were greeted by many young and beautiful women. Amidst soothing music and the company of an attractive woman, MC informed the women of his interest in hearing rumors about himself. He learned that he possessed only 1,000 gold nuggets, a small manor, and a few courtesan houses. Due to his poor health, he lacked significant power or influence, with most assets and authority seemingly passed on to the eldest son, stating that due to his health, he couldn't entertain everyone and had chosen one among them. In a red bed with a beautiful woman, he inquired about how long she had been at the courtesan house. She replied that she had been there for 10 years. Following this, he instructed her to begin. The other women began to whisper amongst themselves, some commenting on his weak physique, while others admired his handsome face. Suddenly, their hushed tones were replaced by screams, stunning everyone within the courtesan house.
In the morning, when MC emerged from his room, Cheon asked him if he was all right. MC replied that he felt awesome. Subsequently, the girls from the previous day inquired of the beautiful girl what had transpired and whether MC had given her some kind of elixir. However, the girl stated that she didn't remember anything, though she felt reborn. At the Golden Wall merchant house, Soso was concerned about MC's health. When he returned to the house, she asked him if everything was okay. MC told her to ask Cheon. Once inside his room, MC began practicing. After some time, he had only been able to connect a small meridian. MC realized that if he absorbed people's souls by killing them, there would be a side effect. He understood that if he absorbed purified energy, there would be no side effects, but there was a problem with his body. He decided he needed to go to the courtesan house a few more times. When he went to the courtesan house, everyone was talking about him. The girls were truly fascinated by him. The owner of the fragrant flower house was discussing with an unknown figure what they could do about MC. She told him that they had tried everything, but that noise wouldn't go away. She also instructed him to keep an eye on MC and what he was doing with the girls. MC was looking for someone but couldn't find her. He then asked the manager to bring every girl there. He was then able to find a girl who looked very shabby. He asked her name, and she replied that her name was Danyoung. He told her he needed her for that night. Other girls were heard talking about how she was the lowest rank. MC felt that an extremely depressing energy was stuck in her soul. He realized she was the type of woman he was looking for to use her soul to connect his core meridian. When he entered the room, he sensed someone was there. He called Cheon, borrowed his sword, and threw it toward the ceiling. Blood dripped from the sword, and they realized there was an assassin, but he was still alive. MC told Cheon to take care of the assassin. Then, MC told the frightened girl that he would take care of her for that night. In the morning, two young-looking girls were speaking about MC's visit to the courtesan house. One of the girls asked her guard what people were calling MC these days. Her guard, Yuseoyan, told her that everyone called MC the Night King of the fragrant flower house. Then, the beautiful girl, Yun Heron, who was MC's fiancée, told her guard that she wanted to meet MC. Cheon returned in the morning to bring the MC back. The MC asked him what he had done with the assassin, and Cheon replied that he had imprisoned him. The MC then stated he wanted to rest. Cheon reportedly couldn't believe this was truly the second young master. He observed that not only had the MC's energy changed, but he also possessed enough skill to kill a hidden assassin, as if he had become another person. As they traveled, the MC thought about having connected only one core meridian, with 6 more remaining. While he was happily pondering this, he noticed a woman staring at him. Suddenly, the girl asked the MC if he had visited the courtesan house again that day. The MC, not recognizing her, wondered who she was. The girl then asked if he was doing this because he was disappointed with their engagement and if he was intentionally trying to drive her away. She declared that she would never give up on him. The MC, confused, replied that he would never give up on her. She was overjoyed, believing the MC had finally acknowledged her feelings. In a hurry, the MC told her he had to leave, reportedly unable to believe a girl was saying such things to him. Back at his house, after he had taken a bath, Soso asked if he had met his fiancée. While talking with Soso, the MC learned that Cheon liked Warrior Yu. The MC asked who Warrior Yu was, and Soso explained that the guard with Lady Yun was Warrior Yu. The MC reportedly smiled upon hearing that, remembering the immense fear and respect Warrior Yu had commanded back then. However, the MC wasn't angry. That night, inside the prison, Cheon told the MC that he had blocked the assassin's pressure points. The MC replied that this would be great. The MC thought it was good news that the assassin had negative energy all over him and also possessed powerful soul energy, which was beneficial for him. The MC, having one core meridian, wanted to try something new. He told Cheon to wait outside. Cheon warned him that it was very dangerous, but the MC insisted he wait outside. Once Cheon was outside, he heard screaming, but it wasn't the MC's voice, and he wondered what was happening inside. The MC was reportedly extracting the assassin's soul. He observed that the assassin's soul was incredibly filthy. He couldn't extract its soul completely. He realized that after purifying impure thoughts, only pure soul energy should remain, but in this case, it was too corrupted. Even if not by much, it was mixed. So, he concluded he would need to rely on a courtesan house. At the fragrant flower house, the owner was in a panic. She told her servant that it had been 2 days since the phantom shadow was caught by the MC. She asked if they had heard any news. A servant then arrived and told her that the phantom shadow was back, but he didn't look normal. She asked him to release his pressure points. The servant did as she asked, but the phantom shadow melted like butter. After some time, only bones and scales remained. They reportedly couldn't understand what was happening. She then became very angry and declared that this was how they were going to play. She asked her servant where Dan Young was. He replied that they were preparing to send her to the Crimson Dragon sect leader. She told him to send her to the second young master instead. In fear, the servant told her that if the leader heard about this, he would come after them and smash everyone. She replied that she knew it and that she would send a gift to the second young master.
A peculiar rumor began to circulate around the fragrant flower house. Spending a night with the MC would grant one beauty as if reborn. People whispered that he was a deity who had undergone age regression. At first, everyone, including Dan Young, dismissed it as mere gossip. One day, Dan Young informed her master of her desire to serve the MC. Her master questioned if she was falling for him and what he had said. Dan Young replied that he hadn't said anything. Until Dan Young settled her debt, she would remain bound to the fragrant flower house. She then instructed Dan Young to prepare for a visit to the Crimson Dragon sect leader. Currently, Dan Young found herself in front of the Golden Well merchant's house. She had anticipated being dragged to the Crimson Dragon sect leader. She felt nervous about whether he would accept her, yet her desire to meet him persisted. In a quiet, opulent room, the MC was meditating. Then Soso called out to him, announcing a visitor. The MC instructed Soso to let the visitor in and was surprised to see it was Dan Young. She expressed her wish to serve him and requested to stay by his side. The MC then told Soso to find a place for Dan Young and to stay with her. Following this, the MC announced he was heading out. Soso mused that Dan Young was too beautiful for housework and wondered about the MC's intentions. The MC and Cheon stood before the fallen flower house. The MC remarked to Cheon that he already liked the name. Then, from behind, someone called out to the MC, asking if he was the one who had taken Dan Young from him. The MC inquired about the identity of this musclehead ugly man. Cheon explained that he was the leader of the Crimson Dragon sect, an unorthodox group that had established itself in the vicinity. The MC scoffed, dismissing them as nothing but bandits, and told Cheon to ignore them. However, the sect leader retorted by calling the MC gigolo-looking. The MC's anger flared upon hearing that name. The ugly-looking man then called the MC helpless. The MC instructed Cheon to take care of the others, excluding himself. Cheon drew his sword, considering that fighting 2 men would be problematic. That ugly-looking sect leader demanded that the MC return Dan Young. The MC simply told him to speak less and fight. Enraged, the ugly-looking man charged toward the MC with full force. Cheon warned the MC to get away, but with a swift hand motion, the MC punched the ugly-looking man's jaw. Cheon asked if the MC was all right. The MC asked if Cheon had already killed the rest, but Cheon replied that he hadn't killed them. The MC then told him to finish them and follow him. Cheon pondered that the MC killing the leader with a single strike wasn't a coincidence, and neither was his previous killing of that assassin. The following morning, when the MC awoke, he felt a bit disturbed by his body. He had expended half of his accumulated energy, and unlike his time as a heavenly demon, this body easily broke down with even a slight impact. Yet, as a heavenly demon, he couldn't tolerate being called a gigolo. Upon entering the house, the MC asked Cheon what Yun Heron's guard was doing there. That guard greeted the MC. The MC then asked her why she was there. The guard then asked the MC if he had brought Dan Young from the courtesan house. The MC replied, "What if that was the case?" She remained silent for a moment, then asked him if he had just come from the courtesan house, and the MC confirmed it. The guard then informed the MC that his engagement with his fiancée would be broken off.